To calculate the probability value of exceeding a certain test statistic in R, we will be using the visualize function. To make the visualize function available, you have to run the following code. This means that if visualize is not installed, you have to install it, and this says that if it is available, then please load it into the program. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now visualize is available, and for example, we can apply visualize to a t-value. So we're going to enter visualize, and you can complete that by pressing the tab button, and we want to use visualize for the t-test. Next we have to enter the test statistic. So let's say we have found a t-value of 2 with corresponding degrees of freedom of 10. So we enter that, and next we have to indicate the section that we want to see, which can be the upper, lower, or tails, and you will see what that is in a moment. In this case, I'm going to choose upper. And that's going to give us the p-value for a t-test with a t-value greater than 2, and the found p-value, the rejection region, the probability value, the p-value is 0.0367. The area for this distribution is also shown here, so from 2 to, in fact, infinity. And so, in this case, upper means that the right side of the t-value is shown, the blue region. And if I were to enter lower in my function, lower, then the other side is shown, and we're not really interested in that, because in this case, we're interested in more extreme values. So we could also enter a tails for this t-test. And by tails, we mean both the left and the right outer sides. But in that case, we do need 2 t-values, the one for the left side and the one for the right side. This is a representation of the p-value if we were to do a 2-sided test. Now we see the left and the right probability value with a combined p-value for t-values equal to or less than -2 and t-values greater than or equal to 2, with the combined p-value then being equal to 0.734. So that is visualized for the t-test. We can also use visualize in the case of an f distribution. So we're going to enter a visualize f, and here too we have to enter the test statistic. So let's say that we have an f value of 3. The first degree of freedom are 4, and the second degrees of freedom are 80. And this section will say also upper. And the f distribution is a non-symmetrical distribution, so we will actually always choose upper. The t-test uses symmetrical distribution, with the center being 0 and the distribution running from the left and also to the right, whereas the f distribution does not do this. The f distribution starts at 0 and goes to infinity. So what you see here is a p-value of 0.0232 at an f value greater than or equal to 3. So the rejection region, the probability value, is the area that we can see here, and it has a value of 0.0232. The package visualize does have one small bug, which manifests itself in the case of small first degrees of freedom. So if we enter visualize f for the f distribution, and we say that the f value equals 3, and the first degrees of freedom are 2, so there are 3 groups. The second degrees of freedom are 80 again, and the section is again equal to upper. Visualize does not display this completely correctly. It doesn't give us what we want exactly. We can see the distribution, but it stops at 2. The f value of 3 lies outside of the image, so we can't really see it. And what we do see is the p-value of 0.554 at an f value greater than or equal to 3. So this information can still be found, but it is just not correctly displayed.